Welcome, everybody. Let's go Niners. My name is Jason Aponte. 49ers win 30-10 in a laugher game that was never really that close. Shut up, Jason. What the hell do you know? Game might be close. You got to watch out for the Jaguars. Man, 49ers just continue to do what they did last week. Long drive, 18 plays, ended with a field goal, but that really just set the tone after a 3-and-out right after there and a score after. Jaguars had no shot, and just is what it is. This 49ers team needed a win like this. Luckily, it looks like, unless we get some news from somewhere else, that the team made it out unscathed in terms of injuries, so everything good. Now all eyes go to the Packers and the Vikings game, and also the Carolina Panthers and Washington football game to figure out, because the 49ers at least have a share of the last playoff spot right now. So next week's game against the Vikings just jumps up in importance, and it's going to be fun, man. I mean, Jesse hit the nail on the head. 49ers improved to 5-0 and scoring more points than their opponent. Sound strategy. If you really want to win games in this league, the idea is to score more points than your opponent. There you go. That's it, man. But hey, this is a feel-good win. Literally just a laugher. You know, we'll talk about who did what and who did well. Trey Sermon actually played a little bit more than I thought he would. Not too much. Jimmy Garoppolo was fine. George Kittle, for the first time in his career, scores 3 straight touchdowns in 3 straight games. Brandon Ayuk showed up this week. Deebo Samuel didn't get to 1,000 yards. I don't think he did, right? He never got to 1,000 yards receiving, right? But he scores a touchdown and continues to push himself into the MVP discussion. And yeah, I mean, this is an easy game. Game felt over a while ago. I mean, but it was good to see guys on the field. You know, at the end there, you know, you got to see Trey Lance for a little while. And there's nothing that screams making sure that you get experience to your players by playing Tom Compton down the stretch, because that's what everybody wants. You need to make sure that Tom Compton actually is out there so he can get reps. Great job there by Kyle. That's like 4D chess right there, making sure that you get Tom Compton reps as opposed to Jalen Moore. Unless Jalen Moore's injury was acting up, which we'll find out in a little bit in this press conference. But overall, feel-good win. And, you know, I guess you guys are watching the game. I can't do both. If I stream, you know, while watching this, then it gets slowed down. So I'll get back to the TV. I'll get back to the TV in a bit. My fantasy team is dog walking in my home league right now, so not really too concerned there as well either. So he just needs 6 more yards. He'll get that next week. That's cool. But Jimmy Garoppolo was fine in this game. You know, 1 touchdown that was missed to Jeff Wilson ended up in a field goal, but it's inconsequential because the 49ers just rolled all over them as well too. Jeff Wilson was solid today, handled most of the load as I thought. 49ers didn't really miss a beat without Elijah Mitchell. And you saw a little bit of Ambry Thomas at the end there. I understand they were a little bit in not prevent, but, you know, a little bit more cushion. But he did give up a catch to Marvin Jones. That's what I noticed there at the end. But, yeah, man, you know, if you guys have any questions, anything like that, I mean, there's not really much to talk about or to take away from this. I mean, the 49ers were the better team than the Jaguars. Went in there, just punched them in the mouth and got it done. I mean, there's not really much analysis to be had here. I mean, the Jaguars – the only reason that I feared that the Jaguars would give them some sort of game is the way that they played the Colts, who are beating the hell out of the Bills, and the way that they beat the Bills as well too. So today's been kind of a crazy day as well. The Titans losing to the Texans after the Titans only have like 3 losses, and I think they're all against like bottom heavy teams. Like they're not against any really good opponents. It's so strange. So again, it continues to happen. I don't know, man. It's so weird. And make sure that you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We'll be doing live post games right away. But this is an easy one to talk about. There's not really too much to take away from this game, only just because the 49ers ran away with this game. This game fell over very quickly, and it was pretty much right after that 3-and-out on that field goal. Right after that, it was like, well, now that defense has to go back out there And I'll just run through some of the numbers real quick if I can pull them up. Jimmy Garoppolo, 16 for 22, 176, 2 touchdowns, one to Brandon Ayuk, one to George Kittle. Deebo Samuel, 8 rushes for 79 yards and a touchdown. Leading rusher on the day. Crazy, man. Crazy. George Kittle, 4 for 34 and a touch, 7 for 85 and a touch for Ayuk. Fumble recovery for Fred Warner. Josh Norman punched out the ball. That's apparently what he does. And 3 for 3 for Robbie Gould. Longest one, 48. So, I mean, not really too much to take away. I mean, the 49ers did exactly what they were supposed to, I think, in this game. They held the Jaguars to 54 rushing yards, 146 passing yards, 4.5 yards per play. They were 6 for 12 on third downs and 1 for 1 on fourth. And they only committed 1 penalty in this game. So some good things to point at right there. Time of possession, again, dominated 38-22 to 21-38. And, yeah, man, I mean, so let's see. Marcus is asking, what do we expect the 49ers will work on going into the Vikings game? Man, the Packers have realistically one of the better defensive in football right now. And Jair Alexander and Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are going crazy in this game. Kirk Cousins is making throws. So I would say that my concern is, how do you limit those guys? Because you know that they're going to go to Dalvin Cook. You know that everything that they want to do is off of play action. But if you can slow down the run and make them one-dimensional, it makes it a little bit easier. But Justin Jefferson is so good, man. He just gets open against everybody. So it's going to be a good test. This is going to be – this will feel like a playoff game, this next one. And, we'll have all week to enjoy this win and start to get ready for that game, depending on how that game goes. Yeah, here we go. I just got another one. Big play to Adam Thielen. So, yeah, I mean – The Vikings, they're weird. Their defense is where their weakness is, but Kirk has those weapons and they run a pretty good offense over there. So, and then Marcus is also asking, do you think Elijah Mitchell will play next week? I don't know. I mean, because at the beginning of the week, Kyle Shanahan was like, yeah, it doesn't sound too serious. He should be good to go. Now what? So they're in the red zone. It looks like the Vikings have a chance to win this game now against the Packers. So, yeah. We only keep Norman for his peanut punch ability. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, he doesn't really offer anything else at this point. Seriously. I mean, the one catch, I believe it was like to Agnew, who prayers up. I hope that injury is not so bad. He like fell. And I was just like, there goes Josh Norman, man. It's just, my goodness, man. I actually do want to check out that game right now, but I don't want to talk, look away from this right here. So, but yeah, I mean, right now, the 49ers came out and they handled business. And that's all you could ask for. 49ers need games like this, especially when they're supposed to win. Like, that's what you want. That's exactly what you want when it comes to the 49ers going forward, just because there's going to be some tougher games down the line. You never know how it really is going to go week to week. And that's why I was just saying, be wary of the Jaguars. I never thought that the Jaguars had a chance to win this game. I just thought that maybe they would give us some problems, but offensively, they just looked out of sorts. They couldn't really get anything going. And Nick Bosa ties his career high today with his 9th sack in 9 games. Incredible, man. Incredible. Incredible season for him as well, too. Okay, so it looks like they're kneeling right here, and they're just going to go up for the field goal with the last few seconds. So it looks like it'll be the 5-5 Vikings against the 5-5 49ers next week in Santa Clara. It should be a very fun game. And, I'm interested to see how much praise Kyle Shanahan gives Kirk Cousins this week going into the game. And I think that's going to be the best part. But to focus on the 49ers, came out, handled business, is exactly what you want. And that's exactly how you wanted to win that game. And they completely dominated, man. Just completely dominated. And about to kick a field goal, timeout. Yep. Wish it was prime time again. Word. That would be cool. That's a cool one for it to be prime time. And, yeah, I mean, again, go back and I'll watch the film and maybe I'll pick up some other stuff. But the 49ers just dominated this game, and they needed it. And to do that on the road, big win for the team. Big win. And that's 2 in a row. So, again, week to week, just keep doing your thing. And Jimmy Garoppolo didn't turn the ball over. No turnovers on the 49ers side. When the 49ers execute, they're tough to beat. They're tough to beat. So, yeah. No, the Vikings are 4-5 right now. So they would be 5-5 going into this game, and they'll be facing the 5-5 49ers. So, talk about the Juwan Jennings fight. So Juwan Jennings didn't get punched. He kind of got mushed, aka slapped a little, like open hand. But Juwan Jennings is a big guy. I don't think that that's the guy I'd want to go after. You know, when I talked to people right after he was drafted with Tennessee, they were like, man, you're getting a dog. And it showed up on the film. Like, he literally runs people over. He's probably the best blocking wide receiver on the team as well, too. Houston beat Tennessee, actually, Jesse. It's done. It is done. 1-8. Texans go in there, and Tyrod Taylor knocks them off. They've lost to the Jets, the Texans, and I'm forgetting the other team. Crazy. Just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But they dog walked the Rams. They beat the heck out of the Bills. It's crazy, man. I don't get it, man. I really don't. So I'll take some of your questions. This should be a short show. I mean, there's not really too much to dissect, anything like that. I know you guys wanted to see Trey Lance a little bit earlier, and you saw Jimmy Garoppolo take a hit at the end of the game, and he kind of had to like limp off, and that's scary. So I understand that, you know, Jimmy's going to be and they beat the Chiefs too. That's crazy. I understand that you want to see, you know, Trey out there, but when Tom Compton's out there, right guard, are you sure? You know, so I mean, it was kind of good that they brought him in later on so you can just hand the ball off. I know you guys are probably going to hop over and the Vikings win. I know you guys are probably going to hop over to the Shanahan press conference, but yes, the Vikings are 5-5, and they will be locking up with the 5-5 49ers on Sunday. So that should be a very fun game. It's going to be a very fun week around here to talk about this win and preview the Vikings game. 8 dominating quarters in a row. The 49ers are the hottest team in the league the past 2 games. Vikings beware. Yeah, I mean, right now, the 49ers have played back-to-back complete games. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. They look good. You got to be happy, man. Jimmy, why are you guys like this? Jimmy Boston game, less than 200 yards. Let's go, GOAT. Oh, my goodness, man. I love it. I think it's so funny, man. I mean, it was so funny how after the missed pass to Jeff Wilson, everything kind of just was like, oh no, you know, he missed the throw, but the Jags were never really in this one. Jimmy played fine, got it done. So yeah. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time, guys. We'll talk a little bit more in depth this week. Just wanted to hop on real quick. You know, this will be a short, maybe 12, 15 minute, you know, video. Seems like whenever the 49ers lose, there's a lot more eyes on these post-game shows and things like that. But with a win like this, everybody feels good. Doesn't really seem like there's too much to talk about or break down. Just an absolute dog walking of the Jaguars. And you got to be happy as a 49er fan that they were able to take care of business and never have this game in doubt. So, but yeah, you know what? I'll take off. I'll let you guys enjoy the press conference. Get back to watching your football as well, too. Go 49ers. And we'll be talking this week. We'll have a lot of shows. Sprint Right Option, doing the show with Brad. Probably do one with Leo. I'll be on Grant's show. So I'll be all over, man. And we're going to talk. So enjoy this one and just go Niners, man. Welcome, everybody. Let's go Niners. My name is Jason Aponte.